All right, graphs of logs. We're going to make a sketch of a log function. A log function has an intercept. It also has an asymptote at x equals 0. So that's a little sketch of what a log function could look like. Exponentials and logs are inverses of each other. Just like with all the functions that we've studied this year, we could shift this left or right and up and down with a h and a k value. Remember, h is left and right, and k is up and down. And then we are going to do the whole next part on Desmos to help you learn how to use Desmos so you can use it on your test. Okay, so if you're done writing that down, if you get out your Chromebook, we're going to go to Desmos. All right, we're going to Desmos. This is the picture that you made in the first part of the lesson. Okay? So you don't have to type this all in, but this is basically the graph from number 2 in our lesson. Okay? Now, I want to show you how to use Desmos to type in a log, so we're going to start over here. So if you hit this keyboard, are you ready? If we hit this keyboard and we go to functions, there's a lot of functions, and we're actually going to scroll all the way down to calculus. And you'll see 2 logs here. The first log has a base of 10, but we've got a base of 2, right? We just did 2. So I'm going to type in 2 in the tiny subscript. I'm going to arrow over and type in x. And I do have to go out front and put y equals. It does graph it. We could put y equals for the function. So that's the first log function that we graphed today. All right? Do you have to use the parentheses or finish the parentheses? No. Unless, but we might shift things around. So if you had like an up and down shift, like say we shifted this up 5, you'd want to close that parenthesis. Okay? All right, we're looking at number 1 on the check for understanding. It says graph y equals log base 3 of x. So if you don't want to go back, I'll do it again, but if you don't want to go back, you can just erase this 2 and put a 3. Or again, if you missed it, you can find this all the way under calculus, and you're looking for log base a. And we're going to do 3 of x this time. So right now, our check for understanding. Yep, our intercept is 1. So right now we're making a sketch on our check for understanding. It's starting at 1. The next whole point is at 3, 1. And from there, we're just going to sketch it. Kind of like how we did square root functions. Okay, so it's at 0, 1, 0. The next whole number is 3, 1. Sketch in the asymptote. The asymptote is right here. The asymptote is at x equals 0. What's our domain? That's our range. That's our range this time. Thanks. X is greater than 0. Okay? Now I want you to try B. I want you to try B. You're going to graph it in Desmos. You're going to graph that in Desmos, and then you're going to describe the transformations. So right now you're trying B with your group. Type it into Desmos. It should be, it's up to, and it's right for. It's right for. Up to, right for. Remember, this is your H value. This is your K value. It's out front, but. What's the new intercept? Okay. Okay. Write down your new intercept. Where's your new x-intercept? What's your domain now? X is greater than what?
0.
Are you sure? Yeah, it's 4. It's going to be 4. Okay. How do we get 4? Because it's shifting to the right. Because it's shifting to the right 4. Now my new asymptote is going to be x equals 4. Yeah, x equals 4. That's my new asymptote.
So what's the domain?
What is the domain? That's a great question. What is the domain? X is greater than 4. So the domain is x is greater than 4. What's our range now? All real numbers. And do you see your new intercept? Your new intercept.
Yep. Yeah, that 4.
It's going to be like, yeah, like 4.10. That's your new intercept. Okay. And what's your equation of your asymptote?
X equals 4.
Yep, that's our asymptote. How to use the log key on Desmos. So if we go to log again, and let's say I just want to evaluate a log, which we were doing a lot yesterday. A lot of you wanted to use our graphing calculators in the classroom, that's fine. If I put in 8, do you see how my answer comes out right here? Right here. So if you're using this on the test or in your homework or at home, you can always type in a log to evaluate it. It will tell you your answer right here. Okay? Questions? Your homework's on the back of yesterday's homework.